Sean Fitzpatrick, Face of Progressive here, and today we are outside the Progressive Training Academy where there's a very special event happening, the Multiple Streams of Property Income event, which is Progressive's flagship 3-day intensive training event for people who want to start, grow or scale their own property business. Now we're going to go behind the scenes today, take some sneak peeks and demystify what this event is all about and how you can become successful through property by attending. Let's go inside and have a look. Follow me. Kevin, nice to see you. So you've just been on the stage, just caught you off coming off the stage. So we're at the Multiple Streams of Property Income event. Who is this event for?
Anybody looking to get started in property or looking to scale a property portfolio. So maybe you're thinking about getting started in property, not sure how to get started or what to do. Multiple streams of property income, we basically talk through various different property investment techniques from single lets to HMOs to commercial conversions, loads of creative ways to do property, things like rent-to-rent, deal packaging, how to raise money, tax, and how to fall in love with tax, all the systems and all that's marketing and all the stuff that comes around it. So literally anybody who's either beginning their property journey, thinking I'd like to get started but I'm not sure how, or anyone who's maybe got started but plateaued and are looking to get to the next level.
Awesome, I love that. And there's something like, 150 people in the room. How does the energy of the room feel?
There's a lot of people up there. The energy is great. So a lot of like-minded people from all parts of the UK, and even somebody I've just spoke to in the room from Cyprus. So people have come from abroad. People have come from the north of England, the south of England. They've come from everywhere and anywhere. All like-minded, different nationalities, different ages, but all with a common like-minded purpose of interested in property and looking to do something in property. So the energy is really good in there.
So we get lots of amazing feedback with all your energy and your advice and your enthusiasm and the genius that you just show up from the stage, right? Were you always able to do that?
No. I've been trying to do property since 2003. I came here in 2013, having pretty much messed it all up. Sat in the room just as a delegate like everybody else, listened to speakers talking about what you could do. I had myself in debt and I needed to get out of debt, so I had no choice. I was in a position where I had to take action. So I just listened to the coaches, listened to the mentors, just did what they told me to do. Fast forward 4 and a bit years then, and they asked me if I'd coach. When I came here in 2013, I had no intention. I just wanted to get out of debt. I wasn't thinking, run multiple businesses. I wasn't thinking about building a multi-million-pound portfolio. If somebody told me back then that I'd have the business I have today and that I'd be, speaking on a stage at a Multiple Streams of Property Income as a host, I'd have laughed at them. It's kind of come full circle from 2013 being this delegate in the room to now being the person teaching the room, which is a bit surreal, to be honest.
Well, it sounds like an amazing journey. Have you had fun?
I've had a lot of fun, yeah.
Awesome, Kevin. Thanks for speaking to us. I'll let you get on with your break.
Welcome.
So we are now outside the Progressive Suite, and on stage at the moment is the Queen of Buy-to-Let herself, Toni Gargan, a world record holder. Let's pop in and see what she's talking about. So we are here now with the buy-to-let queen herself, Toni Gargan. And Toni has just been on the stage upstairs. Toni, what have you been sharing upstairs?
So we've just finished a section around finance raising, talking all things joint ventures, raising finance, how to build your portfolio with none of your own money. And we've also talked tax and leverage.
And people call you the buy-to-let queen. Can you elaborate a little bit as to why that's the case?
So basically my whole portfolio, despite having done all of the other strategies, is buy-to-let, buy, refurb, refinance, and these kind of ugly-looking properties that have been a portfolio for the last 10 years and will continue to be. That's the method that I use, tagging in the finance raising that we discussed on stage before.
But you weren't always into property, were you?
Oh, God, no. I had no desire to invest in property, so I became an accidental landlord in 2007 and hated every second of it. Many, many years later, after I'd met my husband, had our kids, we came along to our first progressive event in 2015. So I was a HR manager working in retail in a completely different environment with no desire to invest in property. But it's the logical way. I don't love it. It doesn't massively excite me the way it does some people, but it is such a strategic choice in terms of giving cash flow, freedom, pension pot.
And now you're training on the progressive stage. So you came here as a delegate and now you're on the stage. What's that journey been like?
Oh, it's been the best thing ever. So I came as the delegate 2015, but I knew from day one, it was actually in this very room that we're in right now with these on the wall, that I said I wanted the job of the trainer. That actually fueled my need to buy properties because I always knew I wanted to be a trainer, but obviously you can't do that unless you build a portfolio. From being the delegate, I run two things concurrently. I learn to be a speaker and learn to invest in property on two different masterminds at the same time. I'm plugged one into the other, and now this is without a shadow of a doubt my passion. And I love that I can help people no matter the circumstances, whether they're brand new, whether they're experienced. Just knowing that property is for everyone with the right help. So
for anybody who wants to get started in property, is this still the best event to attend?
Without a shadow of a doubt. What you get with it is, it's not just the event in itself. You get in the network of people. You've got people from all different walks of life. It's the information that you're gaining from all of the different speakers, but the inspiration, hearing all the different stories and backgrounds of people. It is the best kind of hub for networking. It's a bit of a frenzy, it's a great environment, and it pushes you out of your comfort zone. And even just earlier on, just during the break, I've met people who are doing big developments. I've met people with no experience, people who are IT consultants setting up. And I think that's the great thing about this event is there is space for everyone, and there's always someone that you can learn from, as well as the trainers. There's so many connections being made up there. I'll be surprised if there's not a load of JVs set up off the back of this.
I have my own business, and it's just a case of desire, drive, determination. Like I really want to get so much out of it, and really want to create kind of generational wealth, and obviously for my family, for my young son. And this is the main reason why I wanted to come here today. It's helped me to kind of, in a way, get out of my comfort zone and really try and meet new people and make friends, obviously, as well, but that's secondary. But really just firstly make the business contacts. It's great just as well just to have the like-mindedness as well. People aren't looking at you thinking, well, what are you doing? They actually are wanting to help you and stuff, and that's really, really important.
A whole lot of information that I never knew existed. It's just been presented to you, and it's mind-blowing, should I say, in short. It's all of the different strategies that's been put out there before you that you never knew that were actually something that you could do and work with. Even with no money, you can still do stuff. It's deal packaging, for instance. So if you could package deal, be the middle person in there and just pass it on and still make money off it, that for me is... The networking part is the actual greatest, because then you get to meet all kinds and all sorts of people that would help or make what you want as a dream come to pass. Because, for instance, you've got surveyors, you've got builders, you've got investors, and you can also make friends too. So those network of people, those are the actual instruments you need to make any, for instance, deal successful. And you've got them here.
I've had some great conversations with people that are like-minded, and sometimes when you think you're on your own, just doing your own thing, being supposedly the only one ever, it's nice to have that conversation with somebody else to say, actually, I've got the same challenges.
For me, it really turned me on to the fact that there's a world beyond school, because when I was sitting in school, it was just really boring. You can learn maths and English, but that's not going to help you in the real world when you want to, start making money through property or something like that. So when you come here and you start learning, it's like proper learning. And I'd love to be here forever and learn if I can, but I want to go out and do stuff. Learning all of these new things, it's very much, you're going to see a world that you didn't before. So I'm going to see new opportunities. You're going to attract more people because you're in the space. You get to know people here. And so I've got connections here. I'm meeting new people. I'm going to reach out to them. And then it's to help as well with the, staying connected and having a bit of reputation within the space and really getting to know people and getting started, I think, which is the main step.
So we are here with the one and only Richard Stone, who's the commercial conversion king. And Richard is speaking at our multiple streams of property income event this 3 days. So Richard, what do you think is a really great thing that people can expect on multiple streams of property income event?
I think there's a few things. One is undoubtedly the the industry-leading content from tried and trusted trainers, but also the power of the networking. The energy in the room upstairs is absolutely phenomenal, and there's a real buzz around it. People are kind of getting a bit of a dose of Barocca and motivation, as well as being educated on how to actually implement property strategy.
For anybody out there who's thinking about getting started in property, would you say that the Multiple Streams of Property Income event is an event that they ought to attend, and why?
Well, absolutely, because the key to doing anything in life that you don't know is get educated in doing it. And there's no better place to come than the UK's leading property training business, Progressive Property, to come meet like-minded people that are all on the same kind of journey and learn from proper trainers that actually are doing the thing that you want to do. That's where the real results come from.
Yeah, and at the Multiple Streams of Property Income event, we learn about lots of different strategies. Yep. We learn about rent-to-rent, we learn about service accommodation, we learn about buy, rent, refurbish, refinance, and the list goes on. Yeah, but you talk about commercial conversions.
Yeah, so I talk about commercial property development, so taking commercial buildings and turning them more often than not into residential, but it doesn't have to be. It can be commercial into smaller commercial, can be new build and development stuff. So yeah, there's lots of different things that come under the banner of commercial property.
Yeah, and it sounds very expensive. I mean, how much money do you need to do these sorts of projects?
You don't necessarily need any of your own money. Like, we work with investors, and then obviously there's funding products out there that you can use for commercial development, but the deal's got to stack up, and the key to being able to make the deal stack is getting educated to know what numbers need to go in what boxes and what things actually cost on the ground, not just what some fancy QS or someone might tell you. It's what things actually cost in today's market in 2025. I came to Progressive to understand how to access the funding for myself rather than doing these deals for other people. That's what brought me to Progressive a number of years ago now.
And now you're training on their stages.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm training on their stages, which, we want to really, really deliver good quality value. That's why the trainers all spend a lot of money on our own continued professional development to make sure the quality of the training we put out there is absolutely at the top of the industry.
So, I am here with the one and only Mark Homer, the co-founder of Progressive Property and the person who basically invented the Multiple Streams of Property Income event. So, Mark, what inspired you to create Multiple Streams of Property Income?
Well, I always wanted to create this wall of money that came in every month, and right back in the day, I found a way of buying houses, refurbishing them, remortgaging them. And we did that, 400, 450 times, something like that. Most of these properties are on the walls around us. We manage most of those properties next door, and then we moved on to developments, and we keep those developments, and we create more and more multiple streams of passive, often semi-passive income. So along that way, obviously, we've picked up loads of little big tips, tricks, ways to create these income streams to give you freedom, choice, give you profit, and be able to sack your boss. And all of that stuff has been condensed into the Multiple Streams of Property Income event.
So if there's anybody on the fence out there about whether or not they should get started in property, because people say buy to let is dead and the property is dead. Is property dead? Is buy to let dead?
If buy-to-let was dead and property was dead, I wouldn't have 400 tenants, and I wouldn't have been doing this for the last 20 years. I wouldn't still be looking at buildings. So, we're in the process at the moment of buying 2 buildings that will turn into multiple buy-to-let. They're bigger buildings. They have lots of apartments or co-living rooms in them or HMO rooms. So it definitely isn't dead. I do like doing things at scale because that's, for me, a better use of time now. There's loads of people still buying houses, they're buying flats, they're doing serviced accommodation, they're doing HMOs. They're doing standard single let, buy to let, and they're making good money. Rents have doubled in the last 10 years. And the reason for that is because the word on the street is buy to let's dead, the government's increased tax, the government's increased regulation, it's got really hard. Lots of landlords have left. So what happens when there's less supply? The rents go up. So the rents have doubled in the last 10 years because of that. So yields are actually very good. And don't tell too many people, but the profit's increased.
Fantastic. And so anybody out there who's a bit unsure about how to get started and maybe is thinking, should I go to a Multiple Streams event or not? What would you say to those people?
Well, it's so low risk, It's cheap. There's a whole lot, I think there's 200 people upstairs at this event right now. So there's a load of people to network with. There is no way you won't come away from this event with a load of stuff that you can implement immediately, new contacts, new networks that you can then leverage, professionals, you know, your solicitors, your brokers, all your power team. It's just very, very valuable for such a small investment of money and time.
Well, there we have it. That's Mark's insights into the multiple streams of property income event. Mark, from me to you, I wouldn't be where I am without the multiple streams event. So thank you so much for creating it, and thanks for speaking to us today.
Thank you.
So you have now seen behind the scenes of one of the best property events in the UK, Progressive's flagship multiple streams of property income. Here we are at the end of one of the days having a fantastic bit of networking. So you've got nothing to lose, you've got everything to gain. If you want to start, grow and scale a property business, or you're looking for time and financial freedom, then this is the place to be. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at one of the next multiple streams of property incomes. I've been Sean Fitzpatrick, you've been awesome. Happy property, everyone.